Namaskar. Welcome back to the example number 7A. In the previous video, we had a detailed discuss on this example 7A, wherein we studied a male chart who is in marketing sector. We studied in this 7A his time of job joining period and also job change periods. So, we studied in the help of the EPS table in the previous video. The same events we are going to study with the help of the PILT table in this video. Example 7A, joining period and also change of job, we are going to study in this video with the help of the PILT table. This is the birth chart of that male native, and the event selection is profession, sales, and marketing. So let us go to house grouping and check the PILT table for the events. So now we are on the PILT page, and you can see the colors have been as per the key planets generated by the software. What we are going to do, we are going to use our EPS colors, the colors what we have assigned in the EPS page, so that we have given here. So we will use these colors and we'll let us examine. So let me keep open the self-significators. You can see the self-significations, favorable and unfavorable mixed signification we can find here. Let us have a brief discussion on these planets. Ketu is blue color, 3 and 8 and 12 are 2 and 6. It is supportive with obstacles. And Venus is 5th lord, 10th lord occupying 9th house and 7th sublord and 8 and 12 cuspal sublord. This is indicating some obstacles definitely. But 5, 10, 9 and 7, these houses are supportive for the type of profession is into marketing. And that too, 5th lord, 10th lord occupying 9th house, this is supportive for some changes also. And it is also supportive for the change or change of location. So Venus is a planet can favor for change, because 5th lord, 10th lord occupying 9th house, 7th sublord is favorable with some obstacles. And the sun planet is pink. It is 8th lord occupying 9th house and 159 star lord. This is also supportive for change. 9159. You see, these houses, 9th house and 159, supportive for the profession connected to the marketing, because marketing is importantly third house. 3, 5, 7, 9, all these houses are supportive for the marketing. And sun planet is occupying 9th house, 159. This is also supportive for marketing, and also it is supportive for change of some changes also, right? Because 9 is supportive for change, and that way it is given pink shade. Moon is 12th lord, 12th occupant and Lagna sublord. It is not bad, it is neutral, because Lagna sublord is fine, and 12th occupant, it is indicating some weakness. So, but it is not detrimental. Mars is 4, 11 and 7 is good for the professional prospects. That is green color. Rahu is 9th occupant and 10th star lord. So for the profession connected to the marketing, 9th house is favorable only. And 10th star lord, 9th occupant and 10th star lord is fine. And represented by Mercury, all are favorable for the marketing. So Rahu is good. Jupiter, Lagna lord, 3rd lord, occupying 6th house, 7th star lord, and 4 and 10 cuspal sublord. So 1, 3, 12 occupying 6, 7, 4 and 10. This is also favorable with a very good grouping of 1, 3, 6, 7, 4 and 10. It is very good. Representing Ketu, it has got some obstacles, so it is given green color. Saturn also given green color because 2nd lord occupying 8th house and 3 and 11 cuspal star lord. So this is also good because of the obstacles. It is given green color, light green. Mercury, 6th lord, 7th lord, 9th lord, occupying 9th house, and 3, 5, 9, 7, 9, 11 cuspal sublord. Mercury is good for the profession connecting to the marketing, 6, 7, 9, 9, and 3, 5, 9, 11. It is all good houses. Suppose if the planet Mercury was having the 10th house or in the CST or in 10th house also, there would have been furthermore stronger, but still it is favorable for the professional prospect connecting to the marketing. Mercury is good. That is the reason it is given a green color. So green color planets are Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn, and Mercury. So except Saturn, Saturn 2, 3, 11, all the remaining planets are having favorable grouping. Rahu having 9 and 10, Mars is having 4, 11, 2, and 6, and Jupiter is having 1, 6, 7, 4, and 10. And Mercury is having 6, and only this one 6 only. 11 is fine, and Saturn is having 2, 3, 11. So all are having some favorable grouping, especially Mars, Rahu, Jupiter having favorable 6th house, 10th house, and also, other favorable houses also present. So that way we have studied this. So, Venus and Sun are having some mixed significators, supportive for change, and Mercury also to some extent supportive for change, right? So we have studied that self-signification again, and now let us check the destiny. Destiny planet, which planet? 10th sublord planet, which planet? 10th sublord is Jupiter. Look at the Jupiter. Jupiter is good, star level Rahu. So all planets or rulers are good only. And also they are all having that rulers link also present. You can see all the planets are, having Rahu here, and Rahu here, Jupiter, Jupiter. So the planets, rulers are good, and also they are having the ruler link also. So that way it is indicating 10th sublord is, it is supportive for notable job prospects, right? So it is the destiny is present. Which are the unfavorable key planets are influencing the destiny? That Venus, Sun, Venus. So they are all reducing the strength, or they are all influencing the destiny planet by way of some weakness. So otherwise they are all are favorable only. So we have studied the destiny. Now we have to study the Dasa Lord, in which Dasa, Ugdi, and Antra, the native, got the first job. As per the record, he first, we discussed already, Moon Dasa, Rahu Bugdi, and Saturn Antra, he got the first job as a sales rep. Then he got the change of job in Moon Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, and Venus Antra. Change. Let us check Moon. Moon is good, is moderate, because Moon is 12 occupant and Lagna. It is not good actually. It is, source planet is 12th house, and Lagna sublord. Star level, 2 level, all planets ruled by Venus and Venus and Venus. So it is all indicating that the rulers of the moon itself is 12th occupant, 12th occupant, Lagna sublord. In the star level, sublevel, or Venus are all having that 8 and 12, 8 and 12. So it means Lagna sublord moon, and also mind, the Karaka planet for mind, in the star and sub of this planet, which are indicating supportive houses also, and they're mixed, but 8 and 12 are strongly playing. It indicates that Dasa is not going to be very good, but it will be supportive to some extent. Why? You can see the planet which are in support. That moon is in the star of Venus, moon also having Jupiter, Mars, Venus, Mercury, Rahu, Jupiter. You can see all planets are having the Mercury, Rahu, Jupiter, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter. So these planets, the star level planet, though it is Venus, is having some weakness, but all getting support of the Rahu and Jupiter. Moreover, you can see Venus planet is 5th lord and 10th lord. So he's also into pharmaceutical, right? So the fifth house also is supportive house for the type of profession. And that planet, fifth lord, 10th lord is the source planet, is getting the support of the other favorable key planet, Rahu, Jupiter, and Mercury in its supports. So though it is having some weakness because of that 8 and 12, but this is going to get the favorable signification through these supports. The strong favorable key planet of the destiny, that is Rahu, Jupiter, Mercury, they are all influencing the Venus. And also Sun. Sun, in addition to that, Mars also joining hands. Mars and also Saturn. All the favorable key planets are influencing Sun. So that way that Mars, Moon is supportive by way of support planets, it's getting the strength. The star level planet, sub-level planet are supportive for the type of profession, that is Venus. Because of the 8 and 12 star level and sub-level also 8 and 12 is present, that native during that dasa, it will have a lot of obstacles, stress, struggles you will face. I think you're able to understand. So in Moon dasa, Rahu Bugdi, he started his career. Why Rahu Bugdi? Rahu, actually during that period, he would have started his career. At that time that Rahu started. Rahu, which are the favorable key planets are influencing that dasa lord, that Rahu. Rahu itself is playing, okay. Star level planet is Moon, that is dasa lord itself is acting as the star lord. But dasa lord has got some weakness, you have to keep it in mind, 12 and 1. But that Rahu in the star of this planet, Moon is having the Jupiter and Mars in its supports, and all the other level planets are Venus, Sun, or all the other key planets of the Dasala. These key planets are not strongly very good, but they are all having some supportive signification. That to primary house, 5th lord, 10th lord, Venus, getting all the favorable key planets. So they are ruling here. So automatically they are getting the support also, right? And this Rahu is forming ruler link to all levels. So that way, this Rahu under the Moon is supportive for job prospects during its period. So, but in the Antra, definitely in own Rahu Antra, it will not be strong enough to give the job, because Antra should be comparatively better than the Bugdi Lord, because Bugdi Lord has got some weak signification, 8 and 12 are also present, right? So now in Rahu Bugdi, which Antra is supportive for the, for the job, the native to join the job? Which are the favorable key planets in the Bugdi Lord? Rahu, and directly Rahu is playing, and indirectly that Rahu represents Mercury. Rahu, Mercury are coming, and the other planet which are supporting this Dasa Lord and Bugdi Lord, both is that Rahu, Jupiter. They are all playing role in supports, right? So that way we have to see that the Antara Lord should be having these key planets without the role of the Venus in the important levels. Because if Venus is coming at the star lord or sub lord, then to get a job, Venus can be acting, Venus Sun can act only if they are going to give any change of job, right? But for to get a job, but it is not strong enough, right? You can see in the Saturn Antra, he got the job. Saturn, good key planet. And that Saturn in the star of Ketu representing Jupiter and also Mercury. These, you can see the rulers are good. Blue color and green and blue only. That Moon itself is the star lord for the Rahu. Moon is playing role here. Moon is playing role here. Moon is playing role at this sublord. And Moon is forming ruler link also to the star level planet, and that Moon is getting the Jupiter and Mars. You can see the favorable key planets are all influencing that Saturn period in its supports. So that way that Mercury at the 2A level forming ruler link, star level planet Jupiter and Moon are present. You can look at the Ketu is having favorable 3, 4, and 2 and 6 supportive for the type of profession. He just joining the job as a medical rep. These houses are enough. But 8 and 12, it is indicating obstacle, stress to the Lagna. So that native definitely medical representative will face a lot of such signification influence also. That way it is supportive. So under Ragu Buddhi, Saturn Antra, he started his career as the medical representative, right? Now, after that, he got a change of job during one period. In Moon Dasa, Rahu Buddhi, Saturn Antra, he got the job, right? After that, he got the change of job in Moon Dasa itself after Rahu Buddhi. Which Buddhi would have been supported? That we have to check. Now, in Moon Dasa, which are the planets are supportive for change? Change causing key planet is Venus is strongly playing role because Venus is having that 5 and 9, 5, 5th lord, 9th lord occupying 9th house, and also 7, 9, 8 and 12 obstacles are there. Still, Venus is getting the support of the Rahu, Jupiter and Mercury. One thing also you have to be very careful. Let me explain with the birth chart. Let me clear this. Let me also, North Indian chart also I will show you. And natal chart, both charts I will show you. You know that strong favorable key planet, green color planets are Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, and then comes Mercury. More than Mercury is favorable for changes, and Mars, Rahu are having the favorable grouping, and Jupiter's favorable grouping. If you look at the planet which are all influenced by these planets, and moreover, which dasa we are talking about? We are talking about the moon dasa. Okay, so whether moon is influenced by that Rahu, Jupiter, that we will discuss. You can see moon is not directly influenced by Rahu and Jupiter. Moon is influenced by the Venus planet strongly, which is influenced by supported by the Rahu and Jupiter, right? So you look at that. How come Venus is strongly influenced by this Rahu and Jupiter? I will tell you. Rahu is a strong favorable key planet. Rahu is in the sign of Mercury. So Mercury is getting the Rahu support. Jupiter is in the sign of Mercury. So Rahu is indirectly supporting to the Jupiter. And Rahu conjoined with the Venus. This out of the planet which are all under the influence of the Rahu, Venus getting the influence of Rahu is stronger. Why? Venus is 10th lord occupying 9th house and sign exchange with the Mercury, and that 10th lord, 5th lord, 10th lord planet is getting the support of the Rahu. Rahu is 10th cuspal star lord. Right? So that way, this Venus is getting the support of Rahu strongly. In addition to that, Venus is also getting the support of Mercury because it's sign exchange with the Mercury. And Venus is aspecting to the Ketu. That Ketu represents Jupiter. That Jupiter also in the sign of Mercury only. So Jupiter is another planet, favorable, strong key planet, that is also passing signification support to the Venus, especially by way of aspect to the Ketu representing Jupiter. So that way, that Venus is the one being the 10th lord or 5th lord, getting the influence of the Rahu and Jupiter strongly. We have to keep it in mind. So Venus can favor for changes, better changes. But because of the 8 and 12, there will be obstacles and struggles. Some dissatisfaction can be there. But this planet Venus, it can favor for changes for the betterment. That you have to keep it in mind. So many planets can be under the influence of one planet. A good key planet can be giving its supports to many planets. Out of them, Rahu itself is coming, then that impact can be in a different way. But which is strongly can be favorable, the planet which is closely conjoined with that, and also the planet which is already having the primary house in its self-signification, that is going to get a strong impact. I think we're able to understand. So now let me go back to the chart. So we were discussing on the native got the job job we discussed, and we are talking about the job change. In Moon Dasa, Raghu Bugdi, he got the job in Saturn Antra. Now we have to check that which Bugdi can favor for the change of job. So in Moon Dasa, which are the planets are favorable for change? Obviously, Venus, that we already discussed. Venus is getting the support of Mercury by Rasi Lord, Rahu, Jupiter, Rahu by conjunction, Jupiter by way of, indirectly by through the Ketu. So they all are favorable, supporting to the Venus. Venus in the star of Sun. Sun is having some weakness, but Sun is getting all the planets. Apart from that, Mars also there. How Mars? Mars is aspecting to Sun. And I think I forgot to tell that. You can see the Sun and Mercury are aspected by Saturn, aspected by Mars, aspected by Jupiter. So Saturn, Mars, Jupiter, all these three planets, special aspecting planets, all influencing the Sun by way of aspect and also Mercury. Okay. So now the favorable key planet for changes in the Dasa Lord Moon is Venus. So definitely the Bugdi Lord should have the role of the Venus and also the other favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord, right? So, which are the favorable key planets of the Dasa Lord? Directly, Dasa Lord is not having any strong favorable key planet, but which are the planets are influencing the Dasa Lord by way of supports, all the green planets? Jupiter, then Venus, I've already discussed. Venus, Rahu, Jupiter, and second planet Saturn also there. And Venus, Rahu, Jupiter are strongly. Venus is for a change. Mercury, Rahu, Jupiter are strongly playing role. Apart from that, Mars. They are influencing the Dasa Lord. So look at that Jupiter is not having that Venus role. All favorable, it is supportive for the job prospects, but it is not supportive for change. But Saturn, you look at, Saturn is having the Venus at the last level and Moon also playing, that Dasa Lord, Moon, Venus playing role here. And Saturn in the sign of Sun, Sun is another change-causing key planet. Saturn is a good planet. Star level Ketu also supportive and Venus, Mercury also supportive. So all the levels are having supportive planets. So it is not weak, it is supportive. But along with that, Venus there in the star level by supports, 2A level by supports. So that Venus is forming ruler link. And that way in Moon Dasa, Saturn Bugdi is supportive for change of job. Change of job means Venus role is present, but other levels are favorable and getting the impact of the Venus, right? The two Saturn itself, source planet, is favorable, and that all levels are supportive to that. So now, under that Moon Dasa, Saturn Bugdi, which Antra will be strong enough to cause the change? Definitely here also change causing key planet Venus role should be there, and other favorable key planet Mars, Rahu, Jupiter, Saturn should be there, right? So now let us check that Mercury will not give, because Mercury is not talking about any change. That is not having that role of Venus. And Ketu is star levels, Mercury and sub-level Mars are fine, and 2A level Mars is fine, and sublord is Venus is coming. That is good. So the role of Venus is present here, and what do you call? Favorable Mercury, Mars are also present. Source planet is Ketu. Look at Venus. Venus itself is playing role at the source, that is change causing key planet, that already influenced by all the favorable key planet that already we discussed, right? Now that Venus is in the star of Sun, that is also influenced by all planets, including the Mars, right? And that Mars itself is the 2A level planet. Here also Mars is 2A level planet. Here also 2A level planet. Again, Venus, Sun are coming. So whether Ketu or Venus, which is strong enough to support for the change of job during its Antra, right? So look at the Venus. Venus is good for change and supported by all the favorable key planets. Sun is the star level planet. The sun is the supportive planet to the Saturn. That way it is also connected. Saturn also playing role here. And whereas Ketu, look at the Ketu signification. 3, 4, 8, 12, 2, 1, 6. Source planet. Venus is 5, 9, 5, 10, and 9. So this is starting with the 5th house and 10th house, supportive for change. Source itself, it is supportive for change, and second level planet has got some weakness. That is also supportive for change, and also it is got the all the favorable key planets in supports. Sublord also having got Venus, it has got some weakness, but this is supportive for change of job because of the influence of the Venus strongly. So that way, in the moon dasa, Saturn Bugdi and Venus Antra, Venus is playing as a key planet for moon and Saturn and Venus. So they have given the change of job. I think you're able to understand. Next one is that after that Saturn Bugdi, actually, I mean, what is going to happen in Mars Dasa and all we will discuss in the next video. So now we have started about we are talking about Moon Saturn, Moon Dasa only. Moon Saturn supported for change of job by way of Venus, right? Look at Mercury. Mercury Bugdi is running. Actually, this event I did not discuss in that EPS table. But there is one more change of job also happen in Moon Dasa, Mercury Bugdi in Jupiter Antra. This change is like a betterment with some good progress. These changes that Saturn, he got the change in Saturn and Venus. These changes are happened because some stress or some so wanted to go for some better changes, but not good. So because of that, he got the change, which not a good change and all, because all unfavorable grouping are also present. But whereas in Mercury, look at the Mercury, that moon in the moon dasa and Mercury Bhukti. Moon dasa Mercury Bhukti, look at the Mercury. Mercury is in the Mercury is actually, if you look at Mercury is mixed significant. It is favorable, but 3, 5, 9, 11. No? Let me show that one. Mercury is 6, 7, 9, 9, 3, 5, 9, 11 cuspal sublord. It is supportive for the professional prospect in marketing, right? Now that Mercury in the star of Mars, sub of again Mercury star Mars, so then you can see that Rahu, Jupiter, the only that star level planet is not having any other planet, only Mars, Moon. So they are also all indicating favorable key planets in the rulers and also in supports. So this is also indicating possibility for change of job. Which are the planets are causing the change, betterment? Mercury is the strong favorable key planet. Only the Mercury, not Venus are here. Mercury is the planet and Venus are playing role in supports. Why Mercury? I was telling that Mercury is the 3, 5, 9, 11 for the betterment. So in the moon dasa, Mercury Bugdi is supportive for some changes for the betterment, right? So in that Mercury, which Antra is strong enough, definitely that Antra should be strong enough with the role of Mercury also and other favorable key planets. Obviously, you can see that all other planets having got the pink shade, but Jupiter is not having any pink shade, and Jupiter is in the star of Rahu. Jupiter itself in the sign of Mercury, that Bugdi Lord, and what do you call Jupiter Rahu are playing role, and sublord is Mercury and star lord of the sublord. These Mercury Mars are playing role at the sublord, and that Mercury is forming ruler link to the other levels, and also Mars is forming ruler link to the 2A level and sub level. So there is a connection between the Mercury and Jupiter. They're all favorable or good, notable progress. But because of the moon is having some weakness, definitely. But that in the moon dasa, Mercury booked the Jupiter Antra, he got a change of job with a better position. You understand? So that happened during the June 2008. So far we have discussed in Moon Dasa, Rahu booked the Saturn Antara, he joined the job, and Moon Dasa, Saturn booked the Venus Antara, he got the change of job, and Moon Dasa, Mercury booked the Jupiter Antara, he got a better position in one change of job with a better position. I think you're able to understand. So we have covered this one job and job changes in the Moon Dasa. Next video we'll discuss on the Mars Dasa about the transfers and the change of profession, all these things. We'll meet in the next video. Good luck.